What's up, everybody? It's your boy Chimpact, and today we're gonna go over the team that I'm gonna be using against Gator. So here we got ourselves the Kieran Black. This is gonna be a little bit quick. I'm probably gonna have the battle in this video as well. So we've got Dragon Claw, Shadow Claw, Fusion Bolt, Iron Head, just banded. I just want to deal as much damage as possible. I have the Trick Room, Nasty Plot. This can win me the game, I believe, pretty easily. He doesn't really have his Ghost Resist is Diggersby, I believe. And that's going to take it in power fighting very poorly. And yeah, I just have this so that I can take on Mammoth Swine and Diggersby a little bit decently as well. I guess I could go with the Wise Glasses or something to boost my Shadow Ball and HP fighting, but it's fine. Leftovers is fine. I don't think I'm going to be needing Leftovers, but it's fine the way that it is. Assault Vest, Azu, Play Rough, Waterfall, Knockoff, Aqua Jet, Max HP, Max Attack. No speed needed because this team either outspeeds me or it doesn't outspeed me, so it's fine. Then I have Wan Shi Tong. This is another win con. Swords Dance, Roost, Sucker Punch, Leaf Blade. This is also my switch into Lottie because I do need something to switch into Lottie. I did use Pursuit Savale last time. This time I'm not going to use it because they'll probably see it coming, and I'll be prepared for that. So Swords Dance, Roost, Sucker Punch, Leaf Blade. This is just a defensive Decidueye that's also a win con. With Roost, I can Roost up against something like a Pyukumuku, Leaf Blade, set up on it with Swords Dance and Leaf Blade it, knock it out. And with no attack investment, I know that I can 2-hit KO it with Leaf Blade because this already has good attack stat, like 120 is not bad. And then it's super effective with Leaf Blade, so it's not going to be taking it that well. So yeah, then I have Sucker Punch just so that I can hit the Pokemon that are obviously going to be faster than me. And this is another win con. I can Sucker Punch the Doublade. I mean, not the Doublade. Well, obviously I can Sucker Punch the Doublade, but Sucker Punch the Mammoth, Sucker Punch the Diggersby, etc, etc. Then I Wrap Spin, Spikes, Volt Switch, Jar Ball on this Fortress. This Fortress is mainly going to be my Diggersby and my Mammoth Swine switch in, and setting up Spikes is also not bad. I can spin against the Fortress. I'm considering Paint Split here, so I can Paint Split against the Fortress, so that it can't really set up hazard against me that well, and Lead Seed won't be that annoying, but I'm using Volt Switch, it's fine. Then my last Pokemon is Fly, Thundurus with Fly, U-turn, Knockoff, Superpower. Fly is just a very powerful attack. U-turn, I wanted to go with the physical Thundurus because last time I used a special one and it was alright, but like I'm looking at his team and this hits his entire team, like this coverage his entire team very well, and I don't want to go mixed, and like I have a few Pokemon that just deals with the Pyukumuku in itself with like this Kieran Black, etc. So I can just go physical, and this game doesn't really matter to me because I'm already in the playoffs. But at the same time, if I do beat Gator, that means that I probably won't have to play him in the playoffs, because if I beat Gator, I'm probably going to be the #1 seed, and if I beat Gator, I'm probably going to be the #1 seed, and with that, if I'm the #1 seed, then he's either going to be the 4 seed or he's not going to be in the playoffs. So it's fine if I play him, it's fine if I don't, because I'd rather play somebody else in the 4th spot than Gator, obviously, because I think he's a very talented player, and we know each other's styles very well, so it's going to be a little bit annoying to play him, but you know, if I don't have to play him, if I do have to play him, it's fine. So he brought a team with that my Thundurus deals very well with. My entire team, I mean my entire Thundurus moveset has his entire team super effective outside the Pyukumuku, which is funny enough because it's a Thundurus, and Thundurus should hit Pyukumuku super effective with any one of its attacks, but I decided to forgo that just for knockoff. And here I decide that I am going to want to just lead out with Lottie because it's lead out with Thundurus against his Lottie to deal as much damage as possible. I'm just gonna go for a U-turn. If I had Z knockoff, this Lottie would have been dead unless it was a Cold Berry. So I'm gonna just expect this to be Cold Berry. And here I'm just gonna go out into my Azu, expecting him to go for maybe a Draco or a Psyshock, so I can take that pretty well. I'm gonna double switch into Fortress, expecting him to go out to his Ferrothorn to take on my Azumarill. And I don't want to reveal what set I am immediately, because if I went for an attack, he would have been able to see if I was banded or not. Gonna go for the Volt Switch there, so that expecting him to actually go out to his U-turn, because I don't think he would want me to go for Spikes, and I'd probably have Rapid Spin to deal with his Stealth Rock anyway, so I don't know why he stayed in there, but I guess he wanted Stealth Rock as a priority, but I could have just spun away the hazards and had an extra spike up on the field. So I don't know, like for what? I don't know. Here I'm just gonna go out to Azu. I set up a Swords Dance there. It was kind of a preemptive play. I probably should have just, I don't know what I should have done, because he could have stayed in there, and if I Swords Dance, that would have been very, very good. But I kind of half expected him to stay in, so that's the reason why I went for Swords Dance, so I could set up 2 Swords Dances and put a lot of damage onto his team. I'm gonna switch to Azu. It's a Cell Vest. It's gonna be able to take the Heat Train on pretty well. I could not stay in with the Decidueye because it would have taken too much damage. And I'm just gonna go for the knockoff and repeatedly go for player off to see how much damage I can do to this Pyukumuku. And it's not gonna be enough because I missed there. And I'm just gonna go for another play rough here onto the Ferrothorn, and it does a good chunk of damage. And he's in the range to where Superpower can knock it out, but he stays in here. Knockoff crits. Actually, I don't know. I actually don't even know if Superpower would have knocked out because that was a crit, but I think it would have knocked it out. He is going to knock off my Assault Vest, which is going to be very, very important later on in the game. I'm going to just go for the spin here. I already have Spike up, so it's not going to be that big of a deal. And I think at this point in the game, I think his team is like very, very weak to my Cofagrigus. So if I can just bring that in to just whittle his team down, that'd be great. Here I'm going to switch out to Thundurus because I know that he can't afford to go for any other attack other than Fire Punch. And I forgot to mention that him knocking on my Fortress is actually very, very big. It's equivalent to him just Earthquaking with his Mamoswine or Diggersby onto my Fortress, because that knockoff stops me from healing leftovers. It's going to be around 40 to 50% of leftovers recovery, as well as the initial damage of the knockoff, which was 13%, I think. So the Earthquake did slightly more damage. I mean, the knockoff did slightly more damage than any Earthquake he would have been able to do with Diggersby or the Mamoswine. So unfortunate that happened there. And he's just going to go for the Earthquake here, and obviously I'm going to be able to dodge that due to my levitating ability. And he's going to go straight onto Lottie, and I'm just going to go for the Superpower. I didn't really know what type of Diggersby it was going to be, so I'm just going to go for the U-turn here. And U-turn out into my Decidueye this time, as he just goes for the Thunderbolt. Going to be able to take that really, really well due to Decidueye's good Spadef natural, I think. And he's going to go for Draco here, and I'm just going to go for the Swords Dance. I did not expect him to actually go for the Draco there, but he did, and I'm just going to Sucker Punch here and try to knock that out. And I do. Luckily for me, he didn't click Roost there. And now he's going to go out to his Mamoswine, and I'm thinking I probably should just save this, because Sucker Punch priority is pretty good. Going to go out to Ang, knowing that he's probably going to go for the Ice Shard to get the priority off. And that's pretty good. He is going to go out to his Ferrothorn here, and I was thinking of going for Dragon Claw, because Dragon Claw would have knocked it out here, but I had to click Iron Head because I didn't know if Dragon Claw was going to be able to knock out the Mamoswine depending on the spread that he was. And because I did have to go for 2 Iron Heads, I'm in range of his Heatran, and I want to switch out here. I'm going to go out to Fortress because I can't hit the Heatran with an Iron Head, and if he Scarfs, he's obviously going to knock me out here. So here I'm actually going to click. Here I expected him to switch out into Pyukumuku, so I went for Play Rough, and I figured that I was going to be able to live Fire Blast anyway because the last one did 20%, but I forgot that I was knocked off. So this Fire Blast is actually going to knock me out, so that was a little bit unfortunate. I think it was a roll anyway, but he was able to knock out. Maybe not, probably not. So he's gonna go for Fire Blast, and yeah, he just confirms that he's Scarf, but like what else could I have gone into to take a Fire Blast? He's gonna miss here, which is pretty good. And I go for Trick Room. Had to go for Trick Room before Nasty Plot because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to do any damage to this, because if I Nasty Plot first, he could just Fire Blast twice and knock me out. If I was not leftovers, I would have been able to 2-hit KO that with, because I think I mentioned in my team builder that I was thinking about bringing Wise Glasses, which raises your special attack damage by 1.1, so that would have been nice to have. Just gonna go for HP fighting there, just in case he wants to switch out to Diggersby or something. And I'm gonna switch out into Decidueye so that I can get a Roost off. He misses the Toxic, pretty cool, pretty nice. and he's gonna miss another toxic here, and that's very, very unfortunate because now he probably would have switched out, but now he can't really switch out, and I'll get a crit anyway, and he's actually going to baton pass. So this Pyukamuk is dead, but at the same time I can't really beat Mamoswine and Heatran, so I have to sack this, so because nothing else on my team can take that hit, and I gotta go for the superpower here. Try to knock out this Mamoswine, and he's got the Scarf Heatran, and I cannot I cannot take a flamethrower at the range that I'm at. So although the Thunders did beat his team, he just had priority and faster mons to deal with it. So very, very smart on his part to consider that when he was building the team. And Gator's gonna be able to win 3-0, and he is, I don't know if he's guaranteed in the playoffs, but I think he's guaranteed in the playoffs now because Lars was 2 games behind, and so is Duncan, and because there's only 1 game left in the season after this, and because they're 2 games behind, I think he's guaranteed in the playoffs. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but now I don't know, man. I hope that I don't play Gator. I actually don't want to play anybody in the playoffs. I just want the season to be over with. Because building for the GBA is stressful. It's really stressful, and against Monotui, Aloe was a big component of how I beat him. Against George, I don't know, I just played really, really bad against George, and this is Gator. I feel like playoffs are locked out. It's going to be me, Gator, Mono, and George. And like I said, against George, it's going to be weird because I played really, really badly against him last time, and then against Gator, like, this is what happened. I mean, obviously I didn't bring my A game, like I wasn't trying as hard, but like I was still trying to, you know, put a good effort there and maybe beat him. But yeah, I play Gator a lot, and it's unfortunate that if I had to play him in the playoffs, it's like I don't want to be on the same side, obviously. Same side meaning same conference, but then again, somebody's gonna be in my conference unless I'm Envy. I guess Envy and Gator could be in the same conference. I could be on the opposite conference. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be ideal, but of course Envy's in the opposite conference. And anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, and I will see you guys next week for our battle against A-Drive. Peace.